Guys, this is Boomer here. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be doing something different than most other videos. Okay, I know this is my second video, but it's going to be a lot different than ones in the future. That's what I meant. We are going to be making a tier list. From the God tier, there's S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and then the F tier. Now, why I'm doing this is, well, just for fun. Number one, I know a lot of people have different opinions on some things. Warning, Oracle is going to be where you won't think it is. And a lot of great buildings I'm not very sure about. So I didn't include them. One that I did, which I regret heading in, is the Virgo Project right there. I have no idea on how that works. There are also others that I have, which I'm just going to base off of, knowledge. I'll put some links in the description for people I got some on. Like, for example, Blue Galaxy, I have not really seen and tried it myself. Another one is Virgo. Another one is Royal Albert Hall. Yeah. So anyway, let's get started. Starting off with the Oracle. That's Zeus, not Oracle. Oracle's okay. I mean, it's good in the first levels. I mean, star levels, although it kind of gets redundant after a while, which is why a lot of people consider it a bad, great building. Some even go the extra mile and say that I should never build it at all, and basically ruin the tutorial. The tutorial is like, build it. Okay, here's what I'm thinking about Oracle. See, Oracle is, it's okay. You should definitely build it. Although, don't basically focus on it. If you need more happiness, maybe level it up one level, but don't put all of your forge points in. That's what I'm getting at. So, probably put in D just because it's very redundant in the higher levels and it's like not needed whatsoever. Next is Babel. Babel, I'd say the exact opposite of Oracle, actually. Babel's very, okay, so you get Babel and Zeus around the same time. Go for Zeus. That's so much better. But thing about Babel is it's good in the higher levels. So that level 1, like 90 population for a giant space, 4 chalets would do better than that. Like, it's just not worth it whatsoever. Well, of course, at that low level, at higher levels, it's pretty good though. Zeus, on the other hand, very strong. Very, very strong. I really like it. At level 10, you get 60% attack boost, well, 30% damage and HP, but but for 6 squares, that's like 5 HP and 5 damage, or 5% HP and 5% damage in 1 square. Like, that's absurd. Lighthouse is also pretty good. If it wasn't because of Chateau, I'd say the solid A tier, but Chateau kind of ruins its purpose a bit in the late game, although it's still pretty good. So I'm going to put it in the B tier. Because, yeah, it's still very viable. Coliseum, on the other hand, where even is it? Just get out of my life, please. I mean, if there's a tier beneath F, I put it there. Coliseum is terrible. It's 42 spaces. It's so terrible that I thought it was 5x5 for the longest time. I think it was shorter than it actually was. But, yeah, don't build it. Period. It produces happiness, which you could just get from regular, happiness buildings. And the medals you could get, like, from 8 victory towers. Like, even in Iron Age, it's terrible. And it's worse in the higher ages. Like, just don't build it. Alright. Hajiya, similar story to Oracle, but instead of producing medals and happiness, it produces forge points and happiness. So it's definitely not an F tier, but it's definitely not at the top. The thing about Hajiya is the forge point production, that sort of stuff, it's only good at the higher levels. Like, Hajiya is pretty crap until you get like a level 80 arc and whatever. So yeah, let's put in the D tier. I mean, even then, it's not the best, but it's okay. Cathedral Rocket is an interesting one. So it produces coins, which vary a lot as you age up, and then it also produces an attack boost. It's definitely nowhere near as strong as, or it's definitely not as strong as Zeus. nor a lighthouse in the early games, but like I think it should be in the B tier. It's kind of like their overall, a B tier overall, you know? Okay, Notre Dame. Where even is Notre Dame? Oh, there. Yeah, don't build it. I mean, Oracle is so much. It's like the equivalent of Notre Dame, but so much better. Like, or the thing about Oracle is that it's so much smaller. Notre Dame's 24 squares, Oracle's 9 squares. So that's why I'm recommending you, if you need happiness supplies, build Oracle instead of Notre Dame. St. Mark's Basilica, it's okay. It's not terrible. It's pretty good, actually. I think it's about the same level as Lighthouse of Alexandria, in my opinion. So, on the next one, we've got St. Basil's, which is kind of the opposite of Cathedral Rocket in some ways. Like, you know, it has defense boosts instead of attack boosts. Although, defense is a lot less valuable than attack. Or a lot less valuable than attack. It's still viable. You can still build it and have success, but oftentimes you want to have the attack, and plus you get more defense value off of special buildings. So that's why St. Basil's is down beneath Cathedral Rocket. Castel del Monte, definitely a very great building, that's for sure. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. The only reason why it's not an S is because like it's 5x5 and the forge points. It's good in the late game, but I mean, in the early game, it isn't so good. Like, in my opinion, at least. A lot of you will probably disagree. The thing that I was struggling with Castel is that it didn't really produce enough forge points for its area. But, yeah. So, next off, we've got Deal Castle. Why the heck is it so huge? Like, seriously, it's 7x7 and it does crap. C-R-A-P, crap. Like, why? Alright, that's a bit extreme, although Frankerchi, whatever you call it. that's a solid category C. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the best great building in the world, but it's not terrible at the same time. Royal Albert Hall is just like a Lighthouse of Alexandria on steroids, but it's not better. The thing about Royal Albert Hall is it's too big. Like, it's too big. You know, it's 7x7, while the Lighthouse of Alexandria is only 4x4. It does give you twice the attempts, or doubles, but still. It's only good in the later game when you actually get value off of it. Now, Progressive Era is probably, like, one of the best eras ever. I mean, if I could only build great buildings from one era, it would be Progressive. Here's why. So, Alcatraz. It's humongous. 7x10, the biggest building in Forge of Empires, or at least I think it is. Although it produces so many units at a higher level. Definite S tier. Although the S tier, I mean, you can not build it if you want to, but in the God tier, you can't not build it, basically. According to the God tier, Chateau, I mean, come on. Like, just doing those reoccurring quests and getting, like, basically the birthday party just gives you more and more and more coins and supplies and whatever. Get so many goods and so many forge points. I don't have it, although I've seen how OP it is. So, moving on, we've got Truce Tower. It's okay. It's fine. I mean, it is my playstyle, though I know some people don't like it, so I'm gonna put it in C. We've got Cape Canaveral. This is not an age order anymore. Definite S. Cape is very good. It basically, think about it like a whole bunch of forge points compressed into one single great building. Why it's not a God tier is because you shouldn't build it early on, the fact that it's going to be really hard to get those forge points back. And plus, you're better off with summons. But in the late game, like when it starts producing like 60 forge points for 20 squares, yeah, it's pretty darn amazing. Temple of Relics, solid A. It's very good. I know a lot of people have success with it. I personally don't like the Temple of Relics, although I still have to admit it is a very great building. Har har har. Okay, I know I've been a bit hyperactive lately. Rainforest Project. I really like the concept of Rainforest, and it seems pretty good, although I don't know for sure, so I'm just going to put it in the C tier. Kraken, it's okay. I mean, that's another one that I don't know for sure, but I'm probably going to put in the, maybe in the C as well. I mean, C tier is kind of like everything I don't know where to put except for Frankerchi. Okay, Observatory, it's okay. I mean, it's pretty bad on the first levels, but other than that, it's still pretty good. I'm just going to put it next to Frankerchi like that, because I know where to put it. Oh yeah, and I couldn't find an image observatory, so I got that. Or that's the best image I could find. Blue Galaxy, it's pretty good. I mean, I know some people don't like it, but I personally do really like the concept, and I also understand that it's better late in the game. Okay, Arc. Everyone has to agree on me that's a total F tier. It's terrible. Like, seriously, like, you go spend forge points on other people's great buildings. It takes a ton of time, like, so much more time that I could be doing in a day, and you get flack out of it. Like, come on, don't build it. Okay, I was joking. The Arc is the best great building in the game. Like, I mean, yeah, it is kind of a pain that you kind of have to, just keep on clicking, people's great buildings and donating force points to them and that sort of stuff. But it gives you loads of more force points back. A lot more force points back. I've heard of people with level 80 arcs who got 2,000 force points in a day, which completely dwarfs their collection from other great buildings. Arc definitely needs a nerf, but I don't think they will. And at the same time, I think it's a cool concept. And it's very, very strong. Arctic Arrangery is very good as well. It has the double forge point production like Cape has, which is basically twice more than Castle or Hajiya or, But it also has that, the crit chances, the critical hit chances. The only reason why it's not a god tier is because you can go away without building it, and also it's pretty darn big, unlike Cape. Stargazer, don't know too much about it, although it seems like a pretty good one. Probably could put in B. And last but not least, Virgo, I have no idea where to put it, so I'm just going to put it here. Like what I did with all the rest of the ones I didn't know where to put. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot of fun to make. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out!